Visiting with Laramie coach Chuck Syverson, and I know the season's over. We don't have a game to talk about, which is unfortunate, Coach, but I appreciate your time. Talk about this 2016 season and how things kind of panned out. What comes to mind for you?
You know, I guess looking back at the season is just the competitive level that we played at this year, and we had an opportunity to win a few more games, which was nice. It'd been nice to get a couple more wins, but being competitive in those games definitely helps the season, kind of move along, as opposed to getting, blown out by 20, 30 points, which is always tough to rebound from. But I felt like we were in every game that we played this year, and a couple key injuries, I think, hurt us a little bit in some of our games. But overall, I was pretty happy with our senior leadership and their work ethic and what they've done to build up our program.
Do you feel like you're building in the right direction? Because everybody wants to know, is the program on the upswing or are we on the downswing? So where do you feel we're at?
I feel like we're still building up. I think our biggest thing this next year is just building up our numbers with some of our younger groups, and if we can do that and fill in some of those gaps left by these graduating seniors and anybody we happen to lose in the off season, that's going to be the biggest thing to maintaining where we're at, if not increasing where we want to go to. And we're also going to have to keep really hammering away on the weight room. That's going to be key for us to get stronger and faster, as well as being involved in other sports. I think the sport thing increases your athletic ability and also helps increase your competitiveness.
What are the challenges in trying to build up that depth? I mean, that's just been a concern of yours since you got here, so obviously it hasn't been rectified. So what are the challenges there?
Part of it is just commitment from guys. Some guys, like to just be involved with the program but not really put in that time commitment that they need, and that doesn't allow us to be the best we can be. And we've been struggling a little bit with the concussion thing. I know some kids have been concerned about that, and rightfully so, but we also make a point that I've had some parent meetings where parents will talk about concussions, and I'll let them know the number one thing with concussions is young kids get concussions more from riding bikes than anything, but they still allow them to ride bikes. So I don't really think that's an issue, and I think with how far that's come medically and letting kids respond from a concussion, I think that's really helped us kind of get past that point. And just with how many things that kids have going on these days, it's really getting harder and harder, I think, to get kids out for athletics. But I think with the way we treat kids within our program, and I think the benefits that they can get from football definitely outweigh the other ones.
Lastly, before I let you go, we're down to the Final Four here by the time this airs. So who do you like in the championship game next weekend over at War Memorial Stadium? Who's kind of your team you might be picking this year?
I think Gillette and Sheridan, obviously the top two. We've kind of been talking about them all year. I really thought Gillette should have beaten Sheridan last year. I think they kind of had him on the ropes and gave him a chance to fight back and get in it. And so I see a little bit of a revenge factor there, and I don't see them kind of letting them back into the game like they did last year. And Crow made a lot of big plays for them last year, and not having him could be the difference in the game this year. So if I had to pick, I'd take Gillette right now.
You heard it here first. I'm just kidding. I won't hold you to that one, but should be interesting. Of course, the 5 state championship games are next weekend, not this weekend. Next weekend here in Laramie at War Memorial Stadium. You got 6-man and 3A on Friday, the 11th, and then on Saturday the 12th, you got 2A, 1A, and 4A. The 4A game starts at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. All right, Coach, appreciate all the access and all the time this year. Thanks so much.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for all of your coverage and your support this year.
That's a wrap for Plainsmen Football 2016.